Mane fa say ma PENDREAM TV there osia dem yopo
people and if you say they had to get their people in 442 ni Akuffo Addo ye no make sure the history of the amana babedru hande MPP no Akuffo Addo MPP na me church mu no. I want you to know me besa Asantefo no ti bibia say from day one Akuffo Addo took power omo ni go Otumfuo na so they don't respect you people omo mu Asantefo omo hu se mo adwene wo fom omo hu se mo nko school mo nkenkan enti Akuffo Addo na achemfo ketewa bi na mo di tumi ma omo no omo di tumi no omo di atie agane na omo da tare mo anim awo se mo bra mo ho ase na mo tie no korɛ enye de bia na choka enye de bia na obi be play on your emotions enye de bia na obi di politics be da wa santini ende alankojo chiremantina o ya sante bonyono no ende o say party ye ne de papa dia no ono ne japade do ya je free nsem ya je tumi afiri menhia nsem every say Otumfuo ama no ho kwan e ma saa nipa nketewa we ebure nim tia ende MPP Asantefo makonwa wen mame nkomani na menkyerɛ mo de amaya ba bedru hande. So after this, the MPP went forward and this guy was murdered. JB Dankwa. This is a dangerous group. Sa party we na hu ni sa no. Baby o ma bedru no, it is not just by chance so a continuous the aggressive strategy plan and on the bedru ha. Akuffo Addo no a tyrant. This particular MPP we no, they are not in the interest obia interest. They are here to destroy. In Tobuwi Afokono, this young man called JB Dankwa, who contributed to Akuffo Addo's political career than any of these people following Akuffo Addo, no, they murdered him. Because this guy was a potential flag bearer. They are getting rid of everybody. If you become an obstacle, Allah Chamantin Allah ilalao, and kumbi kuna twachni. He took the best decision of his life. They would have murdered him. So they came and said this guy is becoming too popular. In the NDC, MPP Ushema, JB Dankwa do. What do we do? They murdered him. Omukuno. Shockingly, they are cool JB Dankwa, the first person who got access to the house, Kennedy Japan. Today, Kennedy Japan is in there threatening Akuffo Addo say, Odinkwa siyasa we showdown because they are partners in crime. Inti sexy don na ku JB Dankwa no ye busana no bo Kennedy din no abo Akuffo Addo din. Akuffo Addo today Kennedy can tell Akuffo Addo say I'll give you a showdown. Akuffo Addo backs off. You know why? Because they were part of the murder. They came together to kill. And he, Kennedy Japan, he's a prime suspect when it comes to that because he was the first person to go witness it. He was the first person who told us he knows the person who murdered this guy, but he wasn't there. And sometimes Okaso Drew baby or say if you do I'll collapse the party because Kennedy Japan him the Kennedy and only Akuffo Addo plan here. The suspect who murdered JB Dankwa said Akuffo Addo and Kennedy sent him. I am not making those statements. These are all factual statements. And to me say Akuffo Addo Jimmy remember the showdown because there's no difference. We have done things to get to this point. You cannot play any Machiavellian on me. Because they are coming from the same camp. It is our statement, make here, he was sending a signal to them. You know the damage we have done together to get here. So they murdered this gentleman. Ever seen there for 7 years, Kennedy, Akuffo Addo, none of these people have stood on any national platform to say, let's say a word of prayer for JB Dankwa. Ask yourself why. Because they needed to finish this boy to pave the way for Akuffo Addo. Machiavellian. Now you see it. So Akuffo Addo is Kennedy Japan is using these things against Akuffo Addo. And it's always so confident. Maybe the president because he's holding Akuffo Addo's balls. Because if Akuffo Addo speaks, he will spill the beans. He's got nothing to lose. Who's not a president? Ain't he? After they did this to JB Dankwa, and na Nkurɔfoɔ we ni name na Asantefo to was so. Oka MPP asempe no mu di watem. Instead of them looking inside, looking at the MPP, the AC no na Otumfuo any Asantefo ahemfo, they are saying say proponent and exponent, the paramount chiefs of Ashanti region. No, because oye penyini na so otifie na Nkurɔfoɔ we nanka ye kan nankawefo a ye kan wo kan ho. So instead of the NPP, Asantefo ahemfo ni MPP Asantefo no to scold these people and be honest with them, no, they were entertaining them. na de bia no mundi Mahama atem na munjai Akuffo Addo munjai Kennedy munjai Bawumia MPP into de bia no the things they were doing to destroy the party no they didn't care. They only cared about John Mahama. They only cared about JJ Rawlings because they thought they were the enemy. The enemy wasn't the NDC. The enemy of the MPP has never been the NDC. The enemy of the MPP has always been the NPP, and it's Akuffo Addo, and it is Bawumia, Kennedy Japan. It is these people. And it's and somebody like Alan Kojo Chamantin to me Jina Bonteka say, I don't want to be part. Why not MPP Alan Kojo Chamantin? At the point where his leg, 1 foot was there, he pulled back. Why not MPP Alan Kojo Chamantin? Or you say easier now? He's more closer to presidency than anybody in the MPP. But and they will say, I want to walk out. Or you saw that sorry and Okaya. He has considered a lot of things. Alan, he thinks about his life and the life of his kids than Sankofu. They would have murdered him. And Kennedy will picture him, Akuffo Addo will picture him, anything is possible. Mr. Kennedy Japan will picture him, Nana Danko Akuffo Addo will picture him, Bawumia will picture him, anything is possible. So West Stadia, Alan was the odd one out in this whole elections. Wow, why is the odd one out not confident? He's scared because he knows the kind of people in his own party. Because he knows what they can do. The kind of information Alan won, majority of you don't have when it comes to the murdering of JB Dankwa, Paul Afoko, the murdering of the Eastern Regional Upper East. Onim, Alan has first-hand information and he knows the people he's dealing with. These are dangerous murderers. They're criminals. They're dangerous. Into a free JB Dankwa. Me chraw the waba be see Alan Tremantia semu so na afi waka say aha. Ebi amun steady mu asantefo no. You just move with your emotions. De bia no obi atu Otumfuo atem obi antan Otumfuo. No kra na ye ka kire mo na mudwumuto. Now let's move forward. So it came and came and came near bedru super delegates elections. At a point 10 candidates, 9 were at one side. One candidate, Bawumia, was on one side. Almost said we should go with the one candidate's own. But I almost said I didn't try. Because the Akuffo Addo has vowed. He does not care. So Otumfuo kra be jina him no bo careless. Now person stop Bawumia or Akuffo Addo be cool Otumfuo to actually. Because it is power he needs. He needs to protect his ass. Until he does not care the any time Quran is because we are Santinia person distracting. Because one, they wanted to use that small chief to make people understand say or your Otumfuo. They have never respected Ashantefoɔ. They have always seen Ashantefoɔ so munko school. So they have always played on their emotions. Into Debiano Ustedia, MPP for any Ashantefoɔ kasa, Mokai Mahama. So then it gets to them, but in tough one, Ashantefoɔ. And it's like Asante Kai, Asante did you on Kai do die, Asante will and say you and you refini po boano, Asante Kai no, and no such no, because dear in tough for Yama Ashantefoɔ no, there was no way and cause Tenny about Santimema and I said Tenny be ye kajeti about Santimema, Nanke will say what the biggest day a statue of John Mahama, Ewa Santimemu, if you send tough one a Ashantefoɔ. In Tinanka, as we sit, no, it wasn't supposed to be 10 kekedinti any other time NDC. Nanko see a kase 10 asantini. Nanso inkofo we nim Ashantefoɔ, omo way Ashantefoɔ the way they think, and the way their emotions are always ahead of the reason, you know. They always throw something red meat. Na Ashantefoɔ DHD. And the way Asantini now shame me busa say MPP no omo sin konwa wakonwa wen. Alan Kojo Chamantin na Asante Akuma ewa MPP mu. Akuffo upeo within mrewie oni tumi biem. Makuma na ewa MPP mu Alan Kojo Chamantin. Oma tia to atwene. Party ni hwan dia oma Jeffrey mu nsem. But my men building na men kire wo de ekọ. Okay? Ye di dim ne be pie super delegates conference o said yen. Ene ekoto aba, yese ba omie wini. See the way the elections went. You could see say ye bibia se Bawumia wini. The target was against Alan Kojo Chamantin. None of the candidates were target. Akuffo Addo no nim say Asantinia or what a year race me Alan Chamantin on a dangerous in a sense say the powerhouse na a MPP no e hono free or no enomo dono. So they found ways to do what? Make sure say Oma bring Ashantefoɔ spirit down by making them believe say Alan Kra onye strong until let's force a super delegate congress or a conference. Near fanto omoso near montiasie say moye Asante mo to me and so nipa na makoma woni mu no on Ghana for ntum nipa dodo senator delegates for super delegates election no almost 1,000 and so almost they represent Obia or MPP mu.
To my best of knowledge, without any biases, I PENDREAM TV.